Caitlin Clark. Look, now you got 3 players in double figures. You got Howard, you got...
The drama surrounding Sophie Cunningham's rival in Indiana is not just another off-season move. It's not just about minutes or roles or contracts, it's war. A cold war that turned hot the second the Indiana Fever pulled the trigger on the most explosive trade of the season, sending out Nelissa Smith and bringing in Sophie Cunningham. A move so perfectly calculated it could have been designed by a military tactician. This wasn't just about basketball, this was about sending a message. And that message was clear: if you come for Caitlin Clark this year, you better be ready to go through Sophie Cunningham first. At first glance, it all looked innocent enough. Sophie, the feisty guard who can splash threes and lock you down on defense, looked like a smart roster addition. A high-energy veteran to help Caitlin Clark lead a young team. But peel back the layers, and suddenly you realize this wasn't just a free agency move, it was a declaration of war. A power move drenched in pettiness, wrapped in revenge, and seasoned with just the right amount of trolling.
Clark reminded everybody who she is in the Fever win over the Wings in what was a blowout victory, one where Clark didn't even shoot the ball well.
While we all assumed Sophie joined the Fever for a bigger role, a new start, or even a championship chase with the most popular player in women's basketball, Sophie herself shattered that illusion. She's not here to play nice. She's not here to wait her turn. She's here for smoke and the fuel behind that fire. A league that let Caitlin Clark get abused last season while her own teammates stood frozen. Like background actors in a bad movie, Sophie saw it all. She watched the hits, the cheap shots, the accidental elbows and eye pokes, and she saw the silence that followed. No pushback, no retaliation, no response. And now, she's here to make sure that never happens again. Last year, Caitlin Clark was a rookie sensation dropped into the lion's den every game.
Josh Hart should have flamed her. He should have sent her into the abyss. 11-0. Let's be honest.
She faced a new gauntlet of defenders who weren't just trying to stop her, they were trying to humble her, break her, embarrass her. The hits piled up, the stares, the fouls, the weirdly aggressive energy that followed her every move. And while fans and analysts screamed for justice, her teammates mostly stood there watching. Nelissa Smith, who should have been the first line of defense, might as well have been courtside with popcorn. DJ Carrington poked Caitlin in the eye and followed it up with a cold stare that looked like it belonged in a rap battle. And Nelissa, nothing, not a word. Not even a fake scowl, just vibes. That silence spoke volumes, and that's exactly what Sophie Cunningham is here to erase. Sophie is not built like that. She's not the type to watch her teammate get bodied and do nothing. She's the type to sprint across the court, clap in your face, and remind you loudly that she's not the one. This is a woman who thrives in chaos, who invites confrontation, who plays every game like she's trying to make the other team regret showing up. And now, she's been handed the one role she's been manifesting for months: Caitlin Clark's enforcer. Before she ever suited up for Indiana, Sophie was already gushing about Caitlin on podcasts.
So we need to be completely honest about A'ja Wilson here, because these are some of the dumbest, conversations ever in sport.
Calling her a gem and praising how she's handled the pressure of stardom. It wasn't just admiration, it was destiny. She spoke it into existence, and the Fever wisely listened. Because Caitlin doesn't just need shooters around her, she needs bodyguards. And Sophie is about to become the league's most valuable bouncer. Imagine it now. First game of the season, Caitlin walks up the court, minding her business, locked in, and then boom, here comes Angel Reese trying to make it physical. We've seen it before. She plays hard, she plays proud, and she's not afraid to get chippy. But this year, the second Angel throws that elbow, Sophie Cunningham's already there, cracking her knuckles, ready to send someone into the front row. This isn't just protection, this is personal, and let's talk about how fast this move escalated. Within hours of Sophie being announced as a Fever player, Nelissa Smith was already out the door, heading to Dallas with DJ Carrington like it was prom night. Not even a thank you post to the team that drafted her, just vibes. Just running to link up with the same teammate who bullied their franchise star all season. And honestly, good riddance.
The Indiana Fever beat the Dallas Wings 102-83. This was a highly anticipated game because it was going to be the first time that
Because Indiana didn't just lose a player, they shed dead weight. They traded indifference for intensity. And the difference is night and day. Nelissa Smith spent last season vanishing when it mattered. Her play dipped, her presence evaporated, and when her rookie teammate needed her most, she disappeared like a ghost. But Sophie isn't going anywhere. She's the type to show up to shoot around, already sweating, already talking Already preparing to set the tone with the first hard foul of the game, she's chaos in sneakers. And for the first time, Caitlin Clark has a teammate who isn't afraid to swing back. The media circus, the Twitter trolls, the jealous vets, all of it fueled Sophie's arrival. She watched the entire WNBA try to humble a 22-year-old kid for being too good, too popular, too white, too anything, and she made a decision. She wasn't going to let that slide, not on her team, not on her watch. This isn't just about Caitlin Clark anymore. This is about women's basketball as a whole. About protecting the stars who are bringing millions of eyes to the sport. Sophie gets it. She sees the bigger picture. She knows that the future of the league is resting on the shoulders of players like Caitlin and Angel and Camilla and Juju. And she's not here for moral victories. She's here to protect the product. So now,
Clark reminded everybody who she is in the Fever win over the Wings in what was a blowout victory, one where Clark didn't even shoot the ball well.
The Indiana Fever are no longer the team that just rolls over and hopes the refs call it fair. They're the team that hits back hard. Sophie is setting brutal screens. Aaliyah Boston is anchoring the defense. Kelsey Mitchell is dropping threes. And Caitlin Clark? She's about to be unlocked. In a way we've never seen, because now she doesn't have to worry about the cheap shots. The little jabs, the off-ball tackles, she can finally just hoop. And the WNBA, they better be ready. Because this Fever team isn't just stacked, they're synchronized, built for battle. Hungry for revenge, with Sophie Cunningham leading the charge. Indiana just went from a fun story to a serious problem. Every team that tried to punk Caitlin last year, you're on the list, and Sophie's checking it twice. The message is simple: try that nonsense again. And you're going to meet the enforcer. Elbows will be thrown, screens will be set. And if you think last season was tough, just wait, because this year is the Sophie Cunningham Revenge Tour. And you better believe she's got front row seats reserved for every single hater. If you're as fired up about the new look Indiana Fever as we are, sound off in the comments. Is Sophie Cunningham exactly what Caitlin Clark needed? Will this new squad silence the haters and bring home a title? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a moment of the chaos, drama, and triumphs coming to the WNBA this season. The storm has arrived and her name is Sophie.